Hey guys, welcome to our YouTube channel. I'll be demonstrating how to install our KTM 790 Adventure crash bars and skid plate combo. So let me begin with the main components, just so you can familiarize yourself with the products and what they consist of. So the crash bars. So this is the right side. The left side skid plate. It's actually a two-piece item. This is the skid plate, the lower part, and the top part. The top one here, top part is for the exhaust header protection. Okay, so now let's go and take a look at the hardware and recommended tools. My bike has already been stripped off. There's the OEM plastic, I guess just the panel. I removed it. The OEM, well, I guess it's a belly pan that goes here. I already removed it. Okay, so it's not exactly what yours may look like at this point, but if it's like this, remove all the unnecessary stuff from here to the side and down at the bottom. Remove it. Here, down here, see that bolt is still in here, but I removed this one, and it will take a Torx 50, I believe, but let me confirm in just one sec. So yeah, I'm here. I'm looking at the OEM bolt I removed from the frame. This is it, and it's a T45. My apologies. It's a T45 Torx. Okay, so that's what you will need to remove these bolts. There you go. So these are the tools I'm going to be using for the installation. Highly recommend that you use medium strength thread locking fluid. Sometimes it's marked with blue. Use it. There's a ratchet I will be using, and the ratchet will go in combination with an extension if it's necessary. I like to keep it handy. We're gonna need 5mm Allen. I will be using an Allen socket, also in combination with the ratchet, like so. And this will come handy when you have to put on the skid plate, and it's for the rear bolt. It's a 10mm length, 8x10. It's gonna come handy. Okay, and let's see what else. We've got this one, and let's move on. So you can have, like, there are alternatives here. Either a T25 Torx or an M8 8mm socket. And that is for the 6mm diameter bolt. Okay, so either an 8mm socket, it drops right in there, or a T25 Torx socket. Back here, I've got 10mm socket, or a T30 Torx. Okay, and they are both good options, and those are for the 8mm. We got 6 8mm diameter bolts, so it's either a 10mm socket, T30. Okay, so that's that. And we have 2 M10 bolts. One is long, it's about 100mm, maybe 110, and this one is 50. And for this, you will be using a 17mm. I will be using a 17mm socket, but even a 17mm wrench or spanner could do. Okay, so this one drops right in here. Both of them. All right, and another tip. I'm gonna walk over to the bike. So there's the other bolt up there. So what I did, and what I suggest you to do for easier installation, try to loosen those bolts just a bit, back the bolts out, so this bracket will move. You can wiggle it around a bit, and it's going to come really handy when you start installing the crash bars. Okay, so for this, I used a 10 millimeter socket. So I'll begin with installing the right side crash bars rear end tab, which will sit right in here. I'll be using the short M10 bolt. But I will first apply a little thread locking fluid. That's about good. Keep it in one hand. Make sure it sits in the groove, and just hand thread it. Just hand thread it, and then you're gonna, if you need to move it a bit to catch the thread, do so. Mine's already caught the thread and it's going in. I'm gonna leave it loose and move to the front end now. You can drop it gently just a bit and then move to the front end. So now I've got the two M6 hex head bolts in my hand. I'll be applying some thread locking fluid on both. It's a bit too much, just spread like so. And now this is why it's going to come handy, because I will pull up the front end of the crash bars, and I'm going to line up the holes. And even if I don't look from the front, I will just try to line up the holes. I can see it, it's coming through, it's threading, it's really good, nice and loose. Next one is up here, the oval hole. Gonna line them up. It's looking good, and I'm just gonna hand thread it in. No need to use any tools at this point, only your finger. Just hand thread and let it go for now. We're actually going to go over on the other side and repeat the same thing. Okay, now I'm on the left side of the bike, and I will be pretty much repeating the same thing. On your bike, if you haven't done it yet, remove this bolt using the T50 Torx. I already did remove it, and I already applied the thread locking fluid on the longer 10 millimeter focus in. M10 bolt. It's good, and go back here now. I'm gonna put the long bolt down. This is the rear end. This is the rear mounting tab, and this tubing will end up going right in here in the frame. This cut out the groove. Hold it with one hand. Line up the mounting holes. Again, if it's not lining up, it's not going in immediately, just wiggle it a bit. For me, it's going in really well. And that's about it. It's good. I'm going to leave it nice and loose and move to the front end. Okay, now I've got the two M6 bolts in my hand. I already have applied the thread locking fluid on both. Do some focusing, like so. Okay, I'll put one down just for the ease of it, and I'll lift it up, line up with the mounting holes. This is pretty easy. If you need to wiggle or rattle just a bit, do so. Second one on the top, this top, which is the oval, not the one with the threads, just the oval hole. Line it up, just move it a bit, like so. I got it. It's going in. Bit of a rattle. And that's about it. Okay, so both bolts have engaged, they're threaded in, same on the other side. So technically all the crash bars bolts have been in place, they are in place now. Now we're not going to do anything else with them, we're not going to tighten them because now we're going to go and put on the skid plate. So now I am ready to install the skid plate. Okay, I've got the bolts ready, the small 10mm long bolts. I already have thread locking fluid applied. They will go right in there in a countersunk hole, and on the other side, on the crash bar, they will mount right into the corresponding mounting tab with a thread. This is the right side and this is the left side here. Okay, so that's what I'm going to start with. I'm going to tack the rear end first and then move to the front. All right, let's get this bad boy mounted up. Line up the mounting hole. Grab the Allen key with the bolt already on. And look through, and it's threading in. We're looking good. Go over on the other side. Try to line it up. Mine is looking good. Insert and oops, moved on it. Go back. Oopsies. All right, I got you now. There we go. Nice and easy. Don't be afraid to leave it loose. Let it rattle. Bolt's not gonna fall out. Skid plate's not gonna fall off. Let's move to the front end. So now we're at the front end of the skid plate. I have two M8 bolts already prepared with locking fluid. Okay. I'll go ahead and lift the front end. Actually, these are the mounting holes we're aiming for. The bottom ones at the bottom of the tab. It's got a thread in it, in both actually. So go for those. Move the plate if necessary to find the hole and to thread it easily. I'm going to walk on the other side, repeat the same thing. I'm over here. It's lining up really good. That is it. I'm just going to leave them loose for now still, but they've engaged. This is an oval hole and also slightly wider than the actual bolt, so it's going to make installation easier. I'll now install the top plate. The corresponding holes on the skid plate, or this plate, are right here on the mounting tab. All four have threads. I already have the M8 bolts ready to go in, ready to engage. So I'll put the plate on. Doesn't matter which one you start with. I'll start down here at the bottom. Okay, two here done. Other side. I'll line them up. Start with the bottom. And then the top one. And it's good. Now I do suggest that you don't go and fully tighten every bolt one by one. I would suggest that you tighten it, but not torque it down. Just tighten and move to the next one, tighten all of them, and then start all over again, and the final one is actually torquing it down. Okay, so that's what I'm gonna do.